Is it a hobby or is it a business? Do you watch information or commercials? Let's find out. Welcome to Caseback Watches. My name is Tim, and in this episode our topic is honesty, because from time to time we debate honesty together with watches. We debate the influence of the industry, of big business, the influence of, let's say, dishonest people versus honest people. And over the last years, I've made six observations, and I have 6 points to debate with you. Please note, this is my personal side. This is my personal experience, my personal opinion. So if you can agree, good. If you don't agree, it's not a problem. Then we have a lively debate in the comments. Okay, let's do this meticulously with the definition. What's a brand deal? Very simple. A brand approaches a YouTuber and they offer 1,000 or 2,000 euros or US dollars, and they want the YouTuber to display their watches in a video plus 3 or 4 Instagram pictures. This is a very typical brand deal then. Then what's a hidden brand deal? A hidden brand deal is when the YouTuber displays these watches and they show you the watches on Instagram without full disclosure or without disclosure whatsoever. They just tell you, I love this piece, but behind that is the brand deal. The YouTuber in reality thinks this watch is shit, but I like to grab those 1,000 or 2,000 euros or US dollars. I will tell nobody a word, and so you have your hidden brand deal. Without disclosure, of course, is better for your reputation. This is the strange thing, because it happens to be that people prefer honest information. But the reality is that many YouTubers have brand deals without full disclosure, hidden brand deals. Why do I know this? Because it came from different sources and they are all confirmed. And the typical way to find out, by the way, is when a company speaks about that. When they approach one YouTuber and that YouTuber says, I want 5,000, and then they tell the YouTuber, oh, but that guy wanted 3,000. You are very expensive compared to that guy. And then you go on the channel of that guy and you see no disclosure. And this is a big problem, in my opinion, for the watch world. It's dishonest. And I've decided highly against this. And I will tell you at the end of this video why. It's not because I'm a good person. It has another reason. Somebody wrote me on Instagram, and I think he tried to debate me a little bit in that corner of corruption, because he told me, well, when you make positive reviews of timepieces, then the company is very pleased. They will send you more watches, and then you have more content for your channel. And you know what? Absolutely correct. And by the way, this is the reason why many watch channels feature this approach of positivity overall, because it's very pleasing for the industry. It's very pleasing. It makes it easy to grab another brand deal when you are positive, and you don't have any critical word about a watch. Then the industry is very pleased with you and they can count on you. And I think this is very important, because they don't want to have any sort of risk with you. And this is then a very handy thing when you say it's great, it's great, it's great, it's great. Negative reviews are somewhat risky even for independent channels like Caseback Watches, because of course the company can be very upset and they just can't stop the supply. The solution is to order only watches you really like, but often you only see images of these watches and then the piece arrives and you think, oh shit, this was a severe mistake to order this ugly baby here. And this definitely happens. If you see my catalog of reviews, you find some negative reviews where I just said, it's crap. I have to tell the audience that's crap, but it is definitely risky. But professional brands accept free content. In fact, they want free content. I had this with several companies. I remember, what was it? I think it was Nomos or Zinn. It was a German company, and I told them my normal terms and conditions, which is they send in the watch for a week. They don't have to pay a fee. I don't pay for the shipping. They have to cover the shipping. and that's our deal. And after 1 week, I return the piece and I say what I want, basically. And they told me, yeah, that's great. That's exactly what we want. And I believe them because they want authenticity. They want authenticity. They want to create credibility. And I think for such company, it's more valuable when somebody tells the audience, I like the watch, but here's something I don't like, because then the audience realizes this is real information. Take, for example, my review for Christopher Ward, the last watch, the bronze with a gloomy, glaring dial, and as said, basically this whole idea is not really well thought. And they wrote me an email, and I thought, oh no. And they told me they respect my opinion here, and they're happy to learn from customers, from viewers, from reviewers. And then they offered the next watch. They offered another watch. They weren't pissed in any form. They really seen this as a proper form of information for their watches. And this is great. So the situation is not as bad as you might think. It might feel very, very, very dangerous because a gift is it's a payment. And this happens very often, that a company approaches you, typical smaller companies, by the way, startups, and they tell you then in the first sentence in the email, you can keep the watch. You keep the watch, you produce a nice review, and then this watch is your payment. You can do whatever you want with it. And this is, of course, a brand deal. And when the YouTuber doesn't say anything about this deal behind the video, then it's a hidden brand deal, very, very dishonest and poison for the video. But some gifts are real, definitely. I received 2 vintage watches, 50s from the United States, from a dear viewer. And this was amazing. Amazing to see this. And I still wear them, and I love them. Or a manufacturer, in fact, gifted me a prototype. A prototype. It's not super valuable because you cannot sell a prototype really good. But it wasn't connected to a video, and so I said, yeah, absolutely, I want that. The fan in me wanted to have that prototype. I loved the model, and the idea to have my own prototype was kind of cool, and so I accepted. And sometimes you are in connection to people in the watch industry, and you consider them friends, and it definitely happens that they offer you sometimes, how to put it, stock without card, without box. Sometimes a watch is handled by the press, and sometimes they ask you, do you want that watch for free? Absolutely, that happens. Not on a daily base, not on a weekly base. It happens two times a year about that. And then it's your decision, it's the decision of the YouTuber to accept or not. And you have to be clear with yourself then. When the next video with that company or guy is in production and you see something bad then with a new watch, it's your duty to inform your audience, absolutely. And when you cannot do this because you consider that guy a friend and you have this watch from him, then you cannot accept that watch. Simple as that. Why are so many topics excluded on YouTube? I mean, the common YouTuber is a non-religious and apolitical person, and he doesn't speak about Ukraine, for example. And the reason is very simple. The risk is high that YouTube demonetizes your video when you mention, for example, Ukraine now. I found this mark in the back end of my channel. There you can click on the monetization button, and then they inform me when Ukraine is topic of your video, we will demonetize it because we don't want that people take advantage of that situation, that war. And so for a YouTuber who relies on the Google ad money, it's very important not to mention Ukraine because they can then demonetize the video. And now you could say, well, YouTubers always say that the Google money isn't so much. Isn't it worth it? No, because a demonetized video will receive no promotion whatsoever by YouTube. They are, of course, interested in showing you advertisings and commercials and such things. And so a demonetized video, I cannot prove this, but it's the theory, a demonetized video, the risk is very high that they don't show it to nobody. And so it's a very stupid action to demonetize without the need to do it a video. And so if you think this is valuable information, I would be very grateful if you could share this video, because YouTube will not share it so much, I'm afraid. Our last point here, what is good monetization? I personally think good monetization allows you to focus on your own passion and your own way to do it, your own way to conduct your channel. I think this is good monetization, and I think with this approach, I'm in good company. If you see other YouTube channels, they have, for example, Patreon accounts, where you can just give them a bit of money for free information, which is, in my opinion, a perfectly fine way to do it. Or you see that you can buy a membership and then you have free content or special content only for members, and then you pay your $5 a month. In my eyes, also perfectly fine way to finance your channel. Or take merchandise. Many channels have merchandise to sell, and I think it's a perfectly fine way to finance your channel. But big question now, what is with watches? When a watch channel sells watches, is this problematic or not? Depends. I personally would be a bit careful when a guy talks about watches or a certain watch, and then he says, by the way, I have this watch in the shop. Of course, this is then by no means objective information. But on the other hand, if you have a dealer and he has a business since years, then he is very interested in a proper relationship to you as a customer over a longer period of time. And so I think he's not very tempted then to sell you some trash overpriced. He's interested that he gives you proper information, good prices, because you can compare now on the internet everything. And so I think the danger is limited. But when somebody talks about watches and sells you the same watch, I would be a bit careful and I would check his background a bit. But it's not impossible to have an honest channel with that model. Absolutely not, in my opinion. At the beginning of this video, I promised you to tell you the reason why I have decided against brand deals, and especially hidden brand deals. And I told you something melodramatic. It's not because I'm a good person. To be honest, I consider myself a relatively good person, but the reason is another. A hidden brand deal forces you to tell a lie on camera, and this is problematic for your sleep. I'm absolutely honest. It's problematic for your own health. It's problematic for your brain condition, I think, to tell lies on camera. You know that you have always this risk that somebody finds out. It puts you under stress. You have to remember your words, your lies from last week. It makes things absolutely difficult, complicated, unhandlebar, which is a combination of German and English, I think. So I've decided against this. No way, absolutely not. I will found an online shop for fine leather goods, straps and stuff, and I think this is the better way for me, and it will let me sleep like a baby, which actually I do. Okay, and that's all for this video. Do you want to see the Flak Tower, the Flakturm 5? We have a gigantic Flak Tower in my hometown here, and I'm really in the mood for another walk with a camera, and I could show you that Flak Tower with some explanations around it and a cool watch on the wrist, of course. Let me know in the comments, please, if you like that idea, and if you don't want to miss any form of content here, then please subscribe to the channel. And now let me thank you very much for your attention, and until next time. And here you see the watch I was referring to, that 50s Hamilton. And yeah, this is the normal size, or this was the normal size, mid-50s for gents. You see, it's a wonderful, beautiful gold-plated piece with a spectacular bracelet. It came on that bracelet, and it's just a lovely combo. See this? Just gorgeous.